International students are a unique and fun population to work with on college campuses. As numbers of international students rise, the benefits for international and domestic students continues to grow as well. Nonetheless, there are many challenges that international students face learning at universities in the United States, and by understanding some of these challenges, faculty and staff can better support international students. For the 2014-15 academic year, there were 974,926 international students enrolled in universities across the United States. Over 31% of these international students came from China, followed by India and South Korea. International students made up just over 4% of the total college population. 20.2% of international students study business and management, and an additional 20.2% study engineering. Mathematics and social sciences follow with 11.6% and 7.8% respectively. $30.8 billion was contributed to the U.S. economy by international students in 2014 and 15. 64% of students used personal funding as their primary source for paying for college, while 21% relied on the university and 8% received funding from their government. It is important to remember that international students have a lot of circumstances that can affect their academic work. International students have to navigate the U.S. Department of Homeland Security as well as work with their own embassy to obtain and maintain legal immigration status in the U.S. To maintain their F1, J1, or M1 immigration status, students must be enrolled in school full-time. Some students are even required to take summer courses to maintain their immigration status. Other restrictions are in place too, as international students are able to work on campus up to 20 hours a week, but are not allowed to work off campus. International students face numerous different challenges while attending school in the U.S. One such challenge is new subjects and assignments. Many colleges and universities require students to engage in liberal studies. This can come as a surprise for international students who expected to only take major courses. On top of this, students face new assignments in class and new methods of grading. Many Chinese students, for example, are used to being graded only on standardized tests, so essays and class participation can be a huge surprise. Being surrounded with new professors and friends can also be a challenge. Many college professors in the United States want learning to be a collaborative experience and encourage participation from students both in class and during their office hours. For international students who come from academic environments with hands-off instructors, being able to approach faculty members is a cultural change. Integrating with new friends can also be difficult due to perceived and real cultural differences, as well as language barriers. Another major challenge in working within the new confines of a culture. The United States has a distinct culture, and for students from other regions with different social protocol, familial relation, religion, and food, this can be a challenge. International students often do not feel as welcome on college campuses as they imagined they would when they decided to come to the U.S. In response, many international students find they do not participate in campus activities, visit professors' office hours, and are disproportionately represented in academic misconduct. Purdue did survey a number of domestic and international students and found that only 5% of Chinese students reported having an American as one of their 5 closest friends, and conversely only 5% of American students said an international student was one of their closest 5 friends. Nonetheless, graduation rate for international students is 59%, which is marginally higher than that of American students by about 2%. Knowing all this, there are a few important things to keep in mind when working with international students. In class, be clear with learning objectives. By writing effective learning outcomes, a professor can more clearly identify what a student will be able to do at the end of the course, promoting consistency, accountability, and accessibility. This will help international students better understand content. It is also important to assist students with finding and understanding the academic resources that are available on campus. Programs such as SI, tutoring, and PHI standards can help international students with new curriculum, as well as work on liberal studies. Remembering that international students are often experiencing a new way to learn is important. As a professor, also make sure to have an open door. Although this may be new for many international students, remaining accessible and friendly is important. Reach out to international students to build a respectful relationship. Remember that although we have statistics, each student is an individual, and get to know who they are, learn some things about them and from them. Remember, international students are far from friends and family and oftentimes don't feel accepted. This can place a major strain on the social life, which can affect learning and academics. Help support international students by notifying them about possible clubs and activities that could be of interest to them. Work to bring international and domestic students together in class through discussion and projects and other activities that require teamwork. Finally, embrace diversity. Over the next decade, diversity in the university population will rise, and it is a great opportunity to support students and grow your classroom to be full of meaningful learning experiences.
Created using Powtoon.